So, how's it going, fans? Welcome to the seventh episode of The Fan, where we are going to be talking about would and could we see a new Phantom film being made in the next decade? So, could we be seeing a new Phantom film in the next decade? I hope so, but I guess firstly, you'd have to have the money to go towards a movie. A lot of times, when we actually see a new superhero film that is being made, they usually have a big production team or studio behind them. And I would say if you're going to make a Phantom movie, you need a bit of money to make it. But even if you're not going to make a Phantom movie, I guess you would technically have to promote it. But in the regards to King features basically promoting their characters, they I would say they really haven't promoted their characters that well, including the Phantom. Phantom is one of the biggest, you'd say, biggest characters that hasn't really got a lot of exposure in the recent years, and even after the 1996 Phantom movie, I don't think if the Phantom had exposure, like if there was a million studios coming to King Features and wanting to basically make a movie about the Phantom, it would be made. And I guess that you'd call the Phantom a well, firstly, the Phantom would be the first ever superhero or pulp hero ever made, but you could basically market it like see the first ever superhero pulp hero character in cinemas today. So yeah, you could basically promote it like that. And even if we had a Phantom movie being made in production like we nearly saw with the 2009 movie, but that got pre-production and then everyone think went crazy. But anyways, um, if you're going to make a movie, if you got to make a movie, so you would need a lot of high tech stuff. But if you've got like a studio that wants to really invest in your movie, then we would be fine. Like the Phantom would be fine if people started making movies about him. But what's the reason behind a Phantom not being made in the movie? It's because King Features hasn't promoted it as well as a lot of their other characters. So, do I see a movie being made about the Phantom or a TV show, maybe a TV show on Netflix or an animated TV show, for instance? But do I see a movie being made about the Phantom in the next decade? It's a possibility, but yeah, it's a possibility. But I don't see how we can make. I don't see why. I don't see how King Features is going to promote the character so then it can get the right exposure. So then studios can take on the character and actually make a movie out of it. So yeah, and would we see it? Probably not, but it's hopeful that we may see something in the next decade. I do not know. I don't have any insider information, but hopefully we do. Younger fans can actually enjoy the character. Like, as personally, I got into the Phantom in 2016 and I love him. I It's one of my absolute favorite characters after in the last 5 years. It's still one of my favorite characters. And if you would like to subscribe to the podcast, you can do so by subscribing to the podcast. It is only $5 right now. So you can get limited downloads. You can experience the latest interviews next year, the latest reviews, and a lot more coming in 2022. And this has been a podcast made by Anchor.